Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for watching our Play to Learn second semester or spring parent orientation. Sorry that you missed us, but I hope that you will gain information from watching this recording. So who are your Play to Learn support staff? We have fantastic staff, both at our local school here at Knight Elementary, as well as in Gwinnett County Public Schools. Our principal is Dr. Tony Ferguson. Our assistant principal is Nicole Charloff, and she is the assistant principal that works very closely with us with Play to Learn. We also have Mr. Michael Cunningham and Ms. Beth Wilson. And you know, Cindy and I are your teachers. So for the staff, at Gwinnett County Public Schools, we have Ms. Kim Holland. She is the director of the Office of Early Learning and School Readiness. We also have Kelly Nix, who is the Early Learning Coordinator, and our Early Learning Coach is Megan Harris. Miss Cindy is not able to make it today, but let's take a look at what she says about early learning. She says that early learning is important to her because what they learn can have a positive impact on their lives, and you're also spending quality time with your child. And as you can see, you see her two sons that are there. She has Even, who's in 7th grade, and Noah, who is 3 years old. I believe that early learning is important because these years are the foundation to success in school. I've been an elementary school teacher for 24 years, and I know the importance of having our children starting kindergarten ready to learn. So by you coming and being a part of our program, we know that your child is going to be prepared and ready for all of the opportunities that they have when they enter elementary school. Oh, and by the way, that was my family. You saw my boys and my husband at 3. All right. So what are the main goals of Play to Learn? We want to build the capacity in our parents to be their child's first teacher. We want to expose our children to high quality school environment. We want to provide social opportunities for our children. And we want to increase their access to books and resources for children and parents. That building the capacity of our parents is so very important, guys. You are your child's first and best teacher. We know that when you take on that role, that your child will continue to flourish. Also, that social opportunities for our children, that piece is very important. And that is one that I hope we will continue to work on as we go throughout the second semester. Today, I had an opportunity to see a wonderful thing happen. We had Grace and we had Kari, and they decided they were going to have a puppet show together. So even though they were playing separately, and most of the time our little ones do, it's great to see them come together and do an activity where they're both participating. And we definitely want to see more of that happening. So encourage your little ones as they come to Play to Learn to make a friend, to play with someone. Remember that Play to Learn is offered at all of our elementary schools. If you know of anyone who is interested in Play to Learn at any school in Gwinnett County, they can find the program. So they should be going to their zone school, whatever their cluster school is that they would go to for elementary school. That's the school that they should be attending for Play to Learn. So we're glad you're here with us. How do we achieve a successful Play to Learn experience? Well, we do it together in a positive environment with supported learning, and we build that solid foundation for our growth. Okay, so we talked about how, we talked about who. Now we're at the when part. When will we Play to Learn? We have Play to Learn 3 days out of the week, and we currently have about 46 students enrolled in our Play to Learn program. So we're very excited about that. We continue to grow. We have the largest program in our cluster. Okay, so that is very exciting. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, We meet from 9:15 until 10:45. So if you know anyone who is interested in Play to Learn and they live in the Knight Elementary School zone, you can give them our information and we'll definitely be glad to have them. So how will we Play to Learn? You're going to engage with your child. You're going to both experience new materials. Hopefully you're going to make some new friends as well. And you will be able to try new skills. We ask that you model for your child how to use those materials. Okay, so we want you to model the cutting and the gluing. Also, make sure that you're participating in class and that you encourage your child to listen to the teacher. Attendance is required to stay enrolled in our program, and we will talk about attendance in a moment. Also, we want to have that partnership between teacher, parent, and child, because that partnership is going to follow you throughout the rest of their school years. And then also remember, you're your child's first and best teacher. So for our class schedule, we are going to be continuing with the same schedule for the semester. You're going to arrive at 9:15, from 9:15 to 9:25. Make sure that you put your things in your cubbies and that you are lap reading on the carpet with your little ones, okay? It's not center time yet, and that's why we have our new light system happening, which I hope is helping our little ones to recognize when they should be on the carpet, when they should be at centers. Okay, then at 9:25, we have our circle time until 9:45. So that music and movement happens as well as the interactive read aloud. And then we have our centers where they go and they explore in the various areas around the classroom. That's from begins at 9:45. Okay, but guess what? 10:25 comes around and we do need to clean up. So thank you so much. When you hear that song, you guys move and you clean up and it is fantastic. So we do appreciate you doing that. And then also we have our closing circle time at 10:30. Please try your best to participate in our music and movement as well as the social emotional learning at that time. All right, and then we have dismissal. So why do we do this, everyone? Because you're your child's first and best teacher, and it is so important for success. All right, here's the time in our meeting where we just have a few suggestions and reminders. So this is one of the posters that's up in the room. I don't know if we take time to really look at it, so I definitely wanted to point it out to you today. When you draw it for me, when you cut it for me, when you glue it for me, when you put it together for me, all I learn is that you do it better than me, okay? And so we don't want our little ones to walk away not having the confidence that they need to draw for themselves. You can draw hand over hand, so you're helping to guide them, but we want them to try themselves, okay? We don't want you to always cut everything out. We even have scissors for younger students, so they can practice cutting as well. Is it gonna be perfect? No, but it's okay. All right, but even if you do cut it, make sure that you glue it down for them. We want them to have that autonomy where they're learning to do things for themselves. They're learning to put things together, okay? So when we do those things and we give them those opportunities, then they feel so proud of themselves. And that's what we want. We want them to always try. We want them to persevere. We want them to have that grit, to be able to continue with the task even when it gets hard. Okay, keep in mind our Play to Learn average attention span for children. So if you have a child who is under the age of 1, they can only focus on something for 5 minutes. That is one of the reasons why in Play to Learn, we do a lot of stand up, sit back down, stand up, sit back down, right? We sing, we sit down, we read. So we do all of these things in an effort to help with your child's attention span, okay? If your child is 12 to 24 months, they should be able to focus for up to 10 minutes. 24 to 36 months, up to 15 minutes. 36 to 48 months, up to 20 minutes. And guess what? Those pre-K and kindergarten age children should be able to focus up to 25 minutes. Okay, so we want to push our kids to make sure that they're focusing according to their age, okay, and that expectation. Reminders. I have several. Okay. So, one reminder, please be on time. Okay. We want to make sure that you get the most of those 90 minutes. So, we need for you guys to be here at 9:15 so that we can start handing out lanyards and heading down the hallway on our choo-choo train. Okay. Also, please make sure that you keep your phone in your pocket or your cubby while you're in class, unless you're taking pictures of your little one. I know every now and then our phones will ring, but we want to make sure that we're not just on the phone. Okay, we want to be engaged with our child. Also, please bring back all library books and games in good condition. I don't know if you all can see because I know you're looking at the screen. So I will show a few things at the end of this presentation so that you can see a few of the toys and books that have been brought back. We've had several that have been destroyed and I can't put them back out. So please, 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 you have a game, know where the parts are. If you have a book, know that the same thing that we model in class in terms of we sit and we read with our child, we want you to do that same thing at home. So if you're actually sitting and reading with them, the book shouldn't be chewed up. If you're doing the activities with them, hopefully they're not breaking it. The likelihood is less. Okay, so make sure that we're not using things in an inappropriate way when we take them outside of the building. Okay, and also our program requires a commitment on both parts of parents as well as students. We want you guys to interact with your child. Okay, so participate, move, play. That's the goal. Okay, we want you to learn alongside your child as well. When you're in class, make sure you're using that inside voice. Make sure that you are modeling appropriate language for your child. So we want it to be a loving, nurturing language and touch that you provide, and you're giving that positive guidance at all times. Also, we want you to be respectful to all of the children and the adults in the classroom. And keep in mind, there's no food or drink allowed in our classroom. And I know that gets hard. I see our little ones with their drinks. Please, please, please try not to bring those in class. It's only 90 minutes. Let them drink really fast before they come in, and then I know they'll be ready to eat and drink right after. Okay, so just try to hold off on the food. Definitely no food at all. Drinks, let's keep it to a minimum. Please, please, please. Okay? You can bring a buddy for reading, okay, for our story time. So if they have a favorite stuffed animal, I know some of our kids will go and get the babies in the classroom, or they'll go and get a toy in the classroom. That's fine. We just want to encourage our kids to be on the carpet during story time because we do want them listening, okay, and trying to answer the questions. And Cindy and I will often stop and we'll ask questions as we read, and we really want to hear what your little ones are thinking. Okay, so just kind of think about other things that we can do to encourage them to stay on the carpet at that time. Okay, also, please make sure that we're following the schedule. Remember, the red light means that you should be on the carpet. It is not center time. So please don't let your little ones go to the back when the light is red. When it's green, it's centers. Go have fun. Okay, and then come back. Also, make sure that when you do go to the centers, that you're using the activities that are placed on the table first. These are activities that are designed to help your child meet the standards for the GELDS, those checklists that we've been looking at. We want them to be able to master that whole checklist or as much of it as we can by the end of the semester. And so in order to do that, we want you to at least try those activities, especially with the math, the counting. If they can count to 5, push them to count to 10 or 20 or 30, okay? Also, if a toy went in your little one's mouth, it should be placed in the green bin, Okay, that way we know that we're going to do a deep cleaning of that toy before we place it back out the next day. And just help us with that. I don't think we've had any severe sickness breakout in the classroom, not heard of it in all the years that I've been with Play to Learn. So I'm gonna knock on wood and be thankful. We try our best to keep our classroom as clean and sanitized as we possibly can. And like I said, we have about 46 students. So it is important that you help us with that. Our home learning calendar, remember now we have our weekly list, our weekly sheet that also comes out that gives you reminders. Please send us pictures of you doing something from that home learning calendar. You can send those pictures to us via Class Dojo, and we would like to see them each week, okay? Because we do like to highlight our students. Okay, with attendance, guys, we understand when things come up. We have students right now who are on vacation, and that is not a problem. Okay, I don't want anyone to think that's a problem at all. Enjoy your family time. If you're sick, we want you to stay home. Okay, don't come. But please contact us. If you are going to be absent, be mindful of our attendance policy. Okay, so let's go over that policy now. If your child misses 2 consecutive classes without contacting the teacher, so that's 2 classes in a row and you didn't say anything to us, technically, according to the attendance policy for Play to Learn, we are supposed to withdraw your child from the program. Now, we're pretty lenient. We haven't been doing that, but we do need to adhere to this requirement. Also, if your child misses 4 classes without contacting the teacher during the entire school year, then we're also supposed to withdraw them from the program. Okay, so please keep in mind, just call us. You don't have to call us even. Just message us on Class Dojo. We'll see it. And then that way we know, okay, they're still planning to participate. We just need to know that your child is sick or whatever the situation is. You don't even have to tell me everything. You just say, hey, Miss Kelly, we're not going to make it this week. And I'll say, no worries. We look forward to seeing you next week. Okay? All right. So we want you to mark your calendars. We are going to have some Glow and Grow conferences in February and March. This was an idea last year and we didn't get to do it. So this year it is going to happen. I am telling you, it's going to happen this year. At these conferences, we're going to provide you with resources for you to use at home, and we're going to review the GELS checklist. The GELS checklist guides teachers who work with children from birth through 5 in providing quality learning experiences, and it also guides parents in supporting your child's growth and development and learning potential. So when we have these conferences, we won't need to have it with everybody. However, if your child is still working on 1 or 2 skills from the GELS checklist, then we can provide you with resources and we can just give you those in class. So just be on the lookout for our Glow and Grow conferences. Secondly, we are having a fantastic opportunity. Next Monday, January 22nd, we are having a speech workshop for our families of students ages birth to age 5. So our speech specialists that are here in our building, they are fantastic, those 3 ladies. They are going to be offering this workshop. I've asked them to come and speak to our families. So we would love for you all to attend. We have 2 sessions at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can come here to our family center and we will have a session in person. Or if you can't make an in-person session, we're also going to have a 1 o'clock p.m. session via Zoom. Okay, so just make sure that you are participating if at all possible, because speech is so very important. They're going to be sharing the developmental milestones in speech where your child should be at their particular age. They're also going to be providing you with resources and activities that you can do at home to help your child in the area of speech. And then lastly, kindergarten registration will be coming up in May. We'll provide you with more information when we know it, but we do know we have a few of our kiddos who are going to be here every day next year. I'm so excited. I'll be able to see them 5 days out of the week. All right, and then lastly, fall pre-K enrollment. As you can see, this is a chart that is actually going to be placed in a pamphlet. The pamphlet will be put in your hands next week in class. So the daycare centers are located on the left side of the chart, the phone number, and then their fall pre-K enrollment, whether they have Georgia pre-K, whether they have a waiting list, the date when you can start enrolling. If it says wait list, it does mean that you want to go ahead and call them now and get your child on the list if this looks like a school that you would like to attend. I'll talk to you more about the different daycare centers next week as well. And then the stars is not my rating. This is a Quality Plus rating that the state of Georgia gives local daycare centers. So I just went ahead and put that in for you all. So that you have that as a guide also when you're choosing a pre-K program. All right. So since you're not here, if you have any questions, you can always send me a message and I'm glad to assist you. Other than that, thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you all next week at Play to Learn. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to show just a few of those things that were broken. Okay, so can you see it? Look, I'm so sad. Okay, let's try not to break our toys. Look at our book. It's completely chewed. I can't put that out. Okay, so that means that we have a little kiddo now that can't read Big Red Barn because it's not a part of our library anymore. Other also, guys, when you return books, this one I have literally had to put gloves on. Okay, so make sure that you have the books in a really good condition so that we can check them out to other families. And last but not least, this one really makes me sad. I like Brown Bear, Brown Bear. Okay, but one of my families was getting ready to go this way. Was getting ready to check this book out and look at this page. Can you see it? I'm horrible with directions. There we go. There we go. All right. And the pieces were just stuck in the back of the book. Okay. So we want to make sure, guys, that you are bringing back materials in a good condition. We know you're going to use it and you're going to read and play, but make sure that you're reading and playing with your child. Okay. So that you're modeling and monitoring their use. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you next week.